Hey, what is up, everybody? This is Steve Breach coming to you here today. I am on my way home from work. Today, we are going to be talking about a topic that I don't believe needs to even be talked about, but people want to talk about it. People actually think that there's a chance that CM Punk is going to show up at WWE Survivor Series. Mostly because of the fact that WWE wants to make a splash because Edge, Adam Copeland, just debuted for AEW at the Wrestle Dream, and every time that AEW makes a splash, WWE has to find a way to make one bigger. A second reason that people think that CM Punk is going to show up at Survivor Series because of the fact that Survivor Series is going to be coming to you from the land of Chicago. And every time that CM Punk returns to the world of wrestling, whether if it's in WWE's Payback or if it's at AEW's Rampage show, it has to be in Chicago. I think CM Punk knows how to use a plane. I think he knows how to travel. I think if the show was in Milwaukee, I think if the show was in the middle of Iowa, I think that CM Punk would drive himself there. I think this guy knows how to travel. He's been in the world of wrestling, honestly, for a long time. I think there's more reasons to say that CM Punk is not going to come to WWE. I think that when the rumor was out a few years back, Seth Rollins put it to bed pretty fast. I think that Rollins addressed it, basically saying that he thought that Punk wasn't good for the locker room. Something that was talked about when he joined AEW, how well he fit in, and how fast that turned against AEW. I think that when you're in CM Punk's corner, you're in CM Punk's corner for a long time until you do something to piss him off, and then he almost writes you off for the rest of his life as well. I think that he takes care of his friends until his friends aren't his friends anymore. And I think with a lot of friends, you have misunderstandings, and maybe you find a way to fix the friendship, but more often than not, it seems like that once you're on the naughty list, you ain't ever finding your way back. Let's play devil's advocate just for a minute while we got this. Let's say CM Punk does come back. What is he going to do? To me, honestly, I put the guy in a match with Seth Rollins right off the bat. I think that Rollins is high enough on the card that any match he's going to be in is going to mean something. How you get Rollins to have a match with Punk, I think you would have to copycat the, I didn't want to say copycat is what I meant. The storyline that he basically just had at WrestleMania when he had the match with Cody Rhodes, where it was like, how does he not have a match? He's so important to WWE, let alone when they planned out the card for WrestleMania. There's no match for Seth Rollins, and then you have the surprise opponent. That was only 2 years ago. I don't know how they can run that storyline back to have it be some sort of surprise. I don't know how Rollins shows up at Survivor Series looking to have a match and there isn't one for him, and you just bring him out sporadically. If you're going to have him be a heel, does he lay somebody out? You would think that coming back to WWE for the first time since before WrestleMania 30, this is like 9 going on 10 years later, you would want him to be a babyface. But in this world, can CM Punk be a babyface anymore? Yes, there's going to be a lot of fans that want to see him come back. They just saw him in AEW. Can you bring him back and be a babyface? I don't see it. I mean, I think honestly, from what I've seen of CM Punk's career, the best he's ever been is being a heel. It didn't matter what point he was in WWE, whether it was like that Straight Edge Society run, whether it was when he turned on The Rock and John Cena at Raw 1000, and that led to him battling The Undertaker at WrestleMania 29. I think those were the best runs he had, especially in WWE, let alone when he was in Ring of Honor. He played the heel, and he was one of the best, and that's why they brought him in the first place. But this guy just burned down his career in AEW, burned down the company, I think you could say. I think that most people know what's going on in AEW, and they're not just gonna put this surprise guy out there, spiff him up, give him a haircut, and say, hey, he's a good guy now. I think that he's got a persona around him that you can bring him in, much like the CM Punk is injecting poison into the WWE, like Vince McMahon did with the NWO. Bring him in, something like that. That's the only thing that I can say. Maybe have the two brands play hot potato, battling them back and forth. Like, I don't want them, you take them, kind of thing. But I don't know. I can see him coming in. You want to talk how you make the most money with him? I think you bring him in and have him against Cody. You could have this unwritten storyline that Cody created AEW, and CM Punk went out of his way to sort of tear down what he created. But by going there and it wasn't what it was, and maybe CM Punk can say that Cody ran away from him and he's been following him because this is the match that people want to see. I don't know, man. The more and more I look at it, I don't think that I don't think that Cody Rhodes left AEW for no reason at all. I don't think he just saw the chance to jump to WWE and said, I'm going to do it. I don't think he goes out of his way with Tony Khan to create this company. People can say that they had problems with what his job was there. I think maybe Cody wanted to book more. Maybe Cody wanted more power. Maybe Cody wanted a higher spot on the card. I don't know how he could have a higher spot than what he had. But I think that honestly, when it comes down to it, the time period that he left was right after Punk got there. And Punk, basically burned down that locker room with his feud against the Bucks and his feud against the Cowboy. I don't know. You ask me, I'm going to tell you 100 times that I think that Cody left because of Punk. I think that Cody's got an awesome spot in WWE. He had the main event spot at WrestleMania. There's a ton of money in that. And his spot in WWE is way bigger than I think any of us ever thought it would ever be. When Cody left WWE back in, I don't even know, 2014, 2015, I guess. I'm guessing. I don't even remember when Cody left, but I think that all of us thought that he could be a bigger star than what he was, and they weren't using him there. But none of us. I gun to my head. There's no way I'm telling you Cody's gonna main event WrestleMania. I don't think that was written in his cards. He might have believed it, but there's no way. For me watching him as Cody Rhodes, me watching him as Dashing Cody Rhodes, or me watching him as Stardust, ever thought that he would be taken, seriously as a main event guy that could carry the World Heavyweight Championship. So I don't think Punk's coming back. That's just me. But the people out there are saying when he does, it's going to be at Survivor Series, which is right up around the corner.